I'm back. My phone died, but it's back. Okay, so what I was saying was, people usually have like a common place where they meet or they hang out with people of similar interests, like work or school, or like if you do sports, or you're on like something where you're in a group of people and you have similar interests, like you have friends there, and then usually like outside of that place you usually don't really talk to them, like similar with school friends. When I had friends from high school, you usually just see them in the class or around campus. You usually don't, I mean, you might see them outside of class, but it's usually just sometimes. And that's the thing with me, I would see them, my friends, outside of class, like some of the time, not really. And then like you would only be friends at school, so it's not really like a true friend. I feel like I don't. Maybe that's just my opinion, but to me, it doesn't really seem like if you just see them at one place, then it's just like a friend there. Um, I'm playing Spider Man right now, so if I start like pressing the buttons and fighting some enemies, um, alright, back to what I was saying. Um, I was just saying that like when you're not in those places, like you're just out in public, um, it's probably harder to make friends when you're out. And recently, like ever since I I'm grown, I recently like became an adult, and now it's like life is like real now here in the real world, and people just don't, like they're always on their phone, or like they're just like doing something and they're not like looking around. You can't even talk to people, I feel like, most of the time. Or they're like talking to somebody or eating something. Like I think because we're in this new generation, and people are always on like some technology, and they're just glued to it. Like it's just in their face, or looking down, or they're watching something. And then, like when you try to tell them, even if they're watching TV or phone, they get so like annoyed. Like they're like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "I have to pause my video to listen to that." And like back in the day, like the 80s or 90s, people would just talk regular like humans. Like, you don't have to wait like 5 minutes for the YouTube video to be over, or like something that they're watching on TikTok or Reels or something. And then what else? Another thing is that like sometimes friends could be like toxic, and you find out like that they're really like out to get you. They're preying on your downfall. And fortunately, that's happened to me a few times, and that's just like bad when that happens. But I'm more aware now that I'm older, and I'll see like the red flags in their behaviors and what they say. So I think now on, and that also adds to why I don't have many friends now, because the friends I did have were toxic, or they were just fake, and they weren't really like, they didn't really care about me. They were just like around because they needed something, or they were probably just like bored, and then like when they got what they needed, they're like, oh, I don't need to talk to you anymore. Something like that. But like in the future, I'm trying to make some good friends who are and real, and then who won't be fake and are there. And one last thing before, one last topic before the video ends is that, like, when you try to talk to them, and like they always say that they're busy, or I mean, people do get busy, and a lot of people, like younger people, have a lot going on, like activities and stuff, and schoolwork. But they always say that they're busy, and then they're on like a game or something, or you see that they're on social media, and they're like saying they're busy during homework or whatever. And then you'll see a picture or a story of them, they'll be like out or hanging out or something, and they just told you that they were busy. That's another thing that like is so like strange and kind of like disappointing when you see that. Like they said all that stuff and they're just hanging out. And they're just telling you that they're busy. Which that probably means they don't want to go with you, or like they don't want to talk with you anymore or something. So yeah, but to end it on a good note is that it's a new year, and I can meet new people, and hear new ideas and a new mindset, and that's this year I'm going in this year with a new mindset, and I'm gonna be more positive. And that even if I don't make that many, I'm fine with just being like by myself for now. And I know that later I'll make better friends. Because like the right people will find you. Like your interest and mindset, you're gonna attract the other people that will be the similar way. And that's the video. Actually, on the game I need to get the enemies. Okay, that's the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that's it. See ya. Hello, this is another YouTube video, and I'm going to be just doing a talking video, and I'm playing my PlayStation again. Okay, so this topic of today's video is me being alone / not having any friends, and I'll explain on that later. Okay, so I've had friends, like, you know, when you're in elementary school, middle school, high school, you have friends there, and when you're working, you might have friends at work, like your coworkers and stuff. But I had friends in high school and in middle school, and when I graduated high school, I don't see them anymore. Like, I maybe might see them like once or twice somewhere when I'm out, but I don't usually see anybody anymore unless I go to store. So yeah. And another thing, like in my vlogs, most of the time I'm just with either just by myself or I'm with like a family member, like my mom or my grandma or dad or somebody. And I'm never just like hanging out with friends or something like that. Like, it's a rare occasion whenever I hang out with my friends. And even like last year, like I would say like one of my good friends or best friend even, Like, we used to see each other in high school, like, every other day. And then one time, I saw him one time last year. And it was kind of, like, awkward because it was so long that I haven't seen him. And we used to talk all the time. And then I saw another one of my friends, but I didn't say anything to them. I just saw them, like, from afar at the store. And it was just, like, a little strange, and I couldn't recognize them, really. But I knew it was them. And they probably saw me too, but then we just didn't say anything. And then I remember he was one of my good friends in high school, but for some reason we just stopped talking. And it was really weird. I thought that, but it's also like if you see somebody in public, it might be like weird to like say something to them. I don't know. Okay, anyways, next thing. Whenever I go to, like, I go somewhere, it's usually by myself. And sometimes I wish that I could go with some friends or somebody, because I'm fine like going by myself most of the time, but sometimes it's just like you're by yourself and you see all the people in groups or like in duos, and then you're like, I wish I could be in a duo or a group or something. But most of the time I'm just fine by myself. And it's called like the art of being alone when you're just fine being by yourself. Um, and also, as humans, we're not meant to be like by ourselves all the time. And it would be unnatural if you're alone by yourself a lot of the time. So you're meant to like socialize and be in groups. Um, Another thing is, like I was saying, like the job thing. Like most people, they have like a common place where they have friends, like either school or work, or like if they do like extracurricular activities. I don't know why it's so hot in here. I don't know if it's because I have the PS4 on or not. I'm just sweating. Okay, bye, actually.